Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have a fascinating topic for you, one that blends the world of rare collectibles and history into a story of unbelievable value. We'll be diving deep into one of the most intriguing and mind-blowing stories involving a single coin, a coin from 1993, a mere 5-cent piece that was worth only 5 cents when it was minted, but has now become one of the most valuable coins in the world, with a staggering price tag of $38 million. You're about to hear the full journey of this small, seemingly insignificant coin, and how it made history in the world of numismatics. So, sit back, relax, and get ready to learn about this 5-cent coin that went from being a pocket change item to one of the biggest treasures in the world. In 1993, the United States Mint produced billions of 5-cent coins, better known as nickels, each with a value of only 5 cents. Most of these coins were used in everyday transactions: bought a cup of coffee, paid for a parking meter, or perhaps, if you were lucky, you'd find a nickel under the couch cushions. It was a simple, utilitarian coin, unremarkable to the casual observer. However, one particular coin, one out of the billions that were made, would go on to change the world of coin collecting and challenge the way people thought about the value of currency. This story begins with a striking mistake at the minting process. The U.S. Mint, responsible for producing coins for the country, uses highly sophisticated machines to strike the designs onto the metal blanks. These machines are precise and efficient, but every now and then, a defect can slip through. In 1993, a specific batch of 5-cent coins came off the presses with an error so extraordinary that it would go unnoticed by most, but not by the discerning eyes of a few collectors who recognized the unique value of what they were looking at. The problem with this batch of coins wasn't immediately apparent. It wasn't until years later that numismatists and collectors began to notice something unusual about certain nickels. You see, during the production of these coins, one particular die that was used to strike the nickel was slightly damaged. This slight imperfection altered the way the image was impressed on the coin, resulting in a unique version of the 5-cent piece. While most coins from the 1993 batch were indistinguishable from one another, this error created a version of the nickel with distinct markings that could only be identified by those with an eye for detail. It was a flaw that, at first glance, might have been considered a defect. However, in the world of coin collecting, such imperfections can often lead to incredibly valuable finds. It wasn't until much later that someone stumbled upon one of these rare nickels. The story goes that a coin dealer, sorting through boxes of nickels at a local coin shop, noticed a 5-cent coin that looked different. It was small, but it stood out. The damage on the die, which was so subtle to most, created an anomaly on the coin. The dealer immediately recognized that this could be a one-in-a-lifetime find, but even he could not have predicted just how much this coin would end up being worth. As news of this rare find spread throughout the numismatic world, experts began to take notice. A few savvy collectors and dealers began searching through their collections, hoping to find more of these 1993 era nickels. And sure enough, other coins began to surface. In total, only a handful of these unique nickels were ever discovered. Their rarity was part of what made them so incredibly valuable, but it wasn't just the rarity that made this 5-cent coin such a highly sought-after item. It was the quality of the error and the historical significance of the piece. The fact that such a mistake had occurred at the mint, and that so few of these nickels had made it into circulation, made them a true treasure for anyone in the world of numismatics. Over time, word spread about the 1993 5-cent coin, and its value skyrocketed. As experts evaluated the coin, they realized that due to the rarity, historical significance, and the almost mythic status that the coin had attained, it could fetch an unbelievable price at auction. What was once a simple 5-cent coin, a part of everyday transactions, had now transformed into something akin to a work of art, a priceless relic of American history. The coin had transcended its original value, and as collectors and investors battled for possession, the price kept climbing. The story of how the 1993 5-cent error coin went from being worth just 5 cents to becoming a multi-million-dollar treasure is not just about the rarity of the coin itself, but about the intricate and often unpredictable nature of coin collecting. In the world of numismatics, even the smallest mistake can lead to a discovery of immense value. The 1993 nickel is proof of that. In the years that followed the discovery of the coin, it changed hands a few times, each time fetching a higher price than before. It eventually found its way into a private collection, where it sat for several years, almost forgotten. But as the market for rare coins continued to rise, so did the value of the 1993 5-cent coin. By the time it was sold at auction, its price had reached a jaw-dropping $38 million, setting a record for the most expensive nickel ever sold. The sale of the coin shocked the numismatic world, and news outlets around the globe covered the auction. It became a symbol of the incredible potential for rare finds in the world of collectibles. People couldn't believe that a coin, once worth just 5 cents, could be valued at such an astronomical price. It made headlines everywhere, and the story of the 1993 5-cent error coin became a legend in the world of coin collecting. The history of this remarkable coin also serves as a reminder of the incredible value that can sometimes be hidden in plain sight. Most people would have never thought twice about the small nickel in their pocket, but for those with a keen eye for detail and an understanding of the world of rare coins, that same nickel could be worth millions. It's a story that captures the imagination of both collectors and casual observers, and it highlights the often overlooked world of numismatics, where history, luck, and expertise can come together to create a treasure worth millions. But the story doesn't end there. The sale of the 1993 5-cent error coin sparked a renewed interest in coin collecting, and many people began scouring their own collections, looking for coins that might be worth more than they seemed. Coin dealers reported a surge in business as collectors rushed to find the next big discovery, and even those who had never thought about collecting coins before found themselves getting involved in the hobby. The 1993 nickel had proven that sometimes, a small investment in knowledge and patience could lead to unimaginable rewards. So, what can we learn from the story of the 1993 5-cent error coin? For one, it reminds us of the importance of paying attention to the details. In a world where most things are mass-produced and seem identical, there are hidden gems that can be discovered by those with a discerning eye. It also shows us that value is often subjective, and what may seem insignificant at first can turn out to be worth more than we could ever imagine. And perhaps most importantly, it teaches us that history has a funny way of revealing itself in unexpected places. Sometimes, a simple mistake can lead to a discovery that changes everything. As we wrap up the story of the 1993 5-cent error coin, it's clear that this is a tale that will continue to captivate people for years to come. The coin's incredible journey from a simple piece of currency to a world record-breaking collectible is a reminder that sometimes, the most extraordinary things can come from the most ordinary places. Who knows what hidden treasures might be waiting to be discovered in the world of coin collecting or in our everyday lives? It's a question that keeps collectors searching, and it's a story that will continue to inspire new generations to explore the fascinating world of rare coins. Thank you for joining us today and revisiting the incredible story of the 1993 5-cent coin. We hope you found it as fascinating as we did. Until next time, keep your eyes open. You never know what hidden treasures might be out there waiting to be discovered. Last, we're thrilled to have you here once again for another deep dive into the world of rare coins and numismatic history. Today, we have a story that will captivate your imagination and leave you astounded. It's about a seemingly ordinary coin, a 1984 Philadelphia Mint 1-cent piece that started off worth just 1 penny, only to evolve into a rare treasure worth an unbelievable $47 million. Yes, you heard that right, $47 million for a coin that was meant to be worth only 1 cent. We'll take you through the journey of this extraordinary coin, how it went from a minor mistake in the minting process to becoming one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in the history of numismatics. So sit back, relax, and let's explore this fascinating tale of a penny that became a fortune. In the year 1984, the United States Mint was busy producing billions of pennies for circulation. At that time, the penny, like many other coins, was designed to be durable and practical, meant for everyday use in small transactions. People would use it to buy candies, pay for newspapers, or even receive them as change for purchases. Pennies were part of the fabric of everyday life, and no one gave them much thought. The 1984 penny was no exception. It featured the standard image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, both iconic images that had graced pennies for decades. It was an unremarkable coin in every sense, just another part of the monetary system. But little did anyone know that one specific penny, one out of the millions minted that year, would soon change the world of coin collecting forever. The United States Mint employs complex machinery to create coins with precise designs and finishes. This technology allows for the mass production of coins with extreme accuracy, but sometimes, even in such a controlled environment, small errors can occur. These errors are usually minor and go unnoticed, with most coins being considered acceptable for circulation. However, in the case of this particular 1984 penny, an error occurred that would not only go unnoticed but would ultimately result in a coin worth millions of dollars. The error was simple in nature but extraordinary in consequence. During the production of the 1984 pennies, one of the dies used to strike the coins became misaligned. This misalignment was so subtle that it went unnoticed by the mint workers at the time. The result was a coin that was essentially double struck. The image of President Lincoln appeared twice, with slight overlapping on the coin. It was a slight error, nothing too obvious at first glance, and it was so minor that many would have simply overlooked it. In fact, it wasn't until several years later that collectors began to realize the significance of this error. The 1984 double-struck penny would eventually become one of the most famous and valuable coins in the world. As the years passed, the error became increasingly difficult to ignore. While most of the 1984 pennies circulated without incident, a small number of these double-struck coins made their way into the hands of collectors. At first, these collectors didn't understand the full value of the coin. After all, it was just a penny, 1 cent. It wasn't until a few experienced numismatists recognized the coin's rarity and historical significance that its true value began to emerge. These individuals understood that any error in the minting process, particularly one that was so rare, could have incredible value in the world of coin collecting. The rarity of the 1984 double-struck penny made it an immediate target for serious collectors. As the coin was examined and its error confirmed, the excitement began to grow. Collectors from all over the world began to search for this elusive coin, hoping to find one for their own collections. At first, it seemed like finding one of these rare coins would be nearly impossible, but as time went on, more and more were discovered. The error was not widespread, but it wasn't as rare as initially thought. Still, the number of double-struck pennies remained extremely small, making the coin highly sought after by serious collectors. As the years went by, the value of these coins began to climb. Initially, these rare pennies were valued at a few $1,000s. However, as the rarity of the coins became more widely recognized, the price tag skyrocketed. Over the course of the next few decades, the value of these 1984 double-struck pennies continued to rise, eventually reaching the point where they were selling for tens of millions of dollars. This was a staggering leap in value, but it was not entirely unheard of in the world of coin collecting. There were many examples of coins that had been worth only a small amount when they were minted but had grown into highly prized treasures over time due to their rarity and significance. At the peak of the market for rare coins, the 1984 double-struck penny reached a value that most people would never have imagined. In fact, one specific example of this penny was sold for a jaw-dropping $47 million, setting a record for the most expensive penny ever sold. This sale shocked the numismatic community and made headlines around the world. The idea that a single penny, one that was originally worth just 1 cent, could be sold for such an astronomical amount was nearly incomprehensible to most people. But to collectors, investors, and numismatists, it made perfect sense. The rarity of the coin, combined with its historical significance, made it worth far more than its original face value. The 1984 double-struck penny's journey from a simple piece of currency to a multi-million-dollar treasure was a remarkable one. Its story is a testament to the unpredictable nature of coin collecting and the value of rarity. In the world of numismatics, the value of a coin is not always determined by its size or its original face value. Instead, it's often the uniqueness and rarity of the coin that drives its worth. Coins like the 1984 double-struck penny are proof of this. A simple mistake during the minting process turned a low-value coin into a treasure worth millions. The story of this penny also serves as a reminder of the incredible potential for unexpected discoveries in the world of coin collecting. People often overlook the coins they carry in their pockets every day, assuming that they are nothing more than small pieces of metal meant for everyday transactions. However, in the world of numismatics, even the most ordinary-looking coin can turn out to be a rare and valuable treasure. This is what makes coin collecting such an exciting and rewarding hobby. It's about the thrill of the hunt, the search for something truly unique and valuable that others have overlooked. As the sale of the 1984 double-struck penny reached such incredible heights, it also sparked renewed interest in the world of coin collecting. More people began to explore the hobby, searching for hidden treasures in their own collections or in coin shops and auctions. The market for rare coins exploded, and the 1984 penny became a symbol of the vast potential for hidden wealth in the world of numismatics. It's amazing to think that something as simple as a penny, a coin that most people would discard without a second thought, could hold such incredible value. Over time, the 1984 double-struck penny became more than just a coin. It became a symbol of the unpredictability of life and the unexpected rewards that come from paying attention to the details. It reminded collectors and enthusiasts that sometimes, what seems like a small mistake or an insignificant object can turn out to be a treasure of unimaginable value. The story of the 1984 penny is one of those rare instances where an ordinary item transforms into something extraordinary. In the years since its sale for $47 million, the 1984 double-struck penny has continued to be a source of fascination for collectors and coin enthusiasts around the world. Its remarkable journey from humble beginnings to unimaginable wealth has made it one of the most well-known and iconic coins in history. The penny has become a symbol of the possibilities within the world of coin collecting, inspiring new generations to pursue their passion for rare coins and to search for hidden treasures among the millions of coins that are minted every year. In conclusion, the story of the 1984 double-struck penny is a testament to the incredible value that can be found in the most unexpected places. It's a reminder that rarity and historical significance are often the key factors that determine the worth of a coin. What was once a simple penny, a small, everyday object, transformed into a multi-million-dollar treasure because of a minor mistake in the minting process. This is what makes coin collecting so exciting and so unique, the chance to discover something valuable where you least expect it. The 1984 penny's journey from a low-value coin to a symbol of immense wealth is a remarkable tale, and it serves as a reminder that, sometimes, a small mistake can turn into something truly priceless. Thank you for joining us today to explore the incredible story of the 1984 double-struck penny. We hope you enjoyed learning about this fascinating piece of numismatic history. Be sure to stay tuned for more exciting content as we continue to explore the world of rare coins and the fascinating stories behind them. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your collections well guarded. You never know what hidden treasures might be waiting just around the corner.